Welcome back to Cody and the Cinema. Today I'm going to discuss titles that I believe you should own in your collection and buy those before the Kino Lorber sale ends on the 22nd on Monday. I know if you're like me, you tend to last minute some of these sales online. So here's the first one. Faust, the silent classic. This is the same director who brought us the original Nosferatu, which of course is getting a remake. And this is one of the spins on the Faust tale. Some of you may be familiar with All That Money Can Buy, The Devil and Daniel Webster, that Criterion put out recently. I like that one a little better than this. But the first half of this, in terms of effects and mood and the way that, silent film tends to make the eeriest, creepiest stuff in its German silent movies, right? It's all there for you. And it's kind of a foundational piece of cinema history. I highly encourage you to give this thing a watch. Put it in your collection. Read the Roger Ebert review. It's really good. And I think you'll be pleased, like I said, with it, if nothing else, in terms of the effects. The second movie, if you've never seen it, Donald Sutherland's probably best movie that I've seen. And he's done so many, it's hard to keep track. May he rest in peace. And Jeff Goldblum, real funny in this one. A good alien invasion, with a real original kind of twist to it. Invasion of the Body Snatchers that will make you scared to death of household plants. Real good one. Good for Halloween. Good for any season. Nice San Francisco atmosphere there. I tend to think that of all the alien invasion movies I've ever seen, let's think like the opposite. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Like, not that. Like, go the other way with it, okay? Nothing good comes of it. Very deceptive work from the aliens, and in a way that I think you're going to be like, that's clever. Yeah, I liked that. And it's got this really cool, like, face that one of the characters makes at the end that's super famous. You should enjoy this one. Another super serious movie. Now, I kind of, since I buy Criterions, some of my friends maybe tend to think that the only thing I watch is like Tarkovsky or what's his face, Bellatar, right? And then they're like, Cody, you did a whole video on Kindergarten Cop. Like, what? Yeah, I love Kindergarten Cop, man. It's awesome. It's a great movie about teaching and relationships. And this, whenever I was a little kid, I remember I would go to my grandmother's and I had to like sneak around and put this one on the VHS because I was probably too young for it. This isn't a movie for kids. But if you haven't seen this one, Arnold ends up he's undercover, but he ends up accidentally having to teach a kindergarten classroom, and he finds out that that's not very, very easy or very fun. And I've taught every grade level from, well, really mostly 9th grade. I've taught some 12th grade. There's not a lot of difference grade to grade, like, not really. So a lot of this is pretty relatable for me, even as having been an English teacher in high school. Now I'm doing something a little different, but gotta watch it. Tons of fun. And for those of you who really like to see something experimental or, playing around with the camera, what can the camera do? I saw some of that when I rewatched Peeping Tom recently in my Criterion collection. Man with a movie camera might be for you. Certainly another one of those foundational silents that Kino Lorber does a good job promoting. It is just literally a man with a movie camera having some fun. And visually, it is absolutely amazing to watch. I mean, the guy just takes the movie camera and has fun with it. And it's sort of a masterpiece. And I can't believe how much I enjoyed watching this guy just experiment with a movie camera. So many memorable shots in here. Definitely something every movie historian, should have in their collection. Somebody's going to watch this and they won't be able to believe that this was filmed in 29. Huh. Every time I go through these recommendations, I always want to go back and just rewatch all this stuff again, especially this next one. Andrei Tarkovsky. Andrei Rublev might just be the best black and white. It is the best black and white movie, for sure. But Sacrifice is up there. Okay, Sacrifice. And I also bought Nostalgia recently. But Sacrifice, this family and these different people have come together under one roof, and they're trying to like figure out how they're going to survive nuclear war-ish. I'm not going to spoil too much. You know, a haunting vision of a world threatened with nuclear annihilation. Could it get any more Tarkovsky than that? You know, for me, I would say Andrei Rublev was my favorite. Stalker, close to that. And after that, this would be maybe in that next category of ones I like Solaris. So it is a good, I think this one's a Blu-ray, but with a 4K restoration, but it's really pretty. I mean, if you've seen one of his movies, you know they're just great pieces of cinema. So get that if you haven't, all right? Those of you that have seen Mirror on Criterion and haven't seen this yet, watch it. You'll like it. It's less confusing than Mirror, but just as good. And finally, if you're not a Western fan, or you don't think you are, change that, will you? Get this Fistful of Dollars trilogy going on. Fistful of Dollars is the first of this kind of a trilogy in the same way that John Ford's horse movies were a trilogy. It's loosely a trilogy, but this is a remake of, I'll try to remember to put it in the video, one of the Kurosawa films. Yojimbo. Yeah. For a few dollars more, my favorite of these actually. Most people like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly the best, but I really like For a Few Dollars More. I love the Ennio Morricone soundtrack in this. But Lee Van Cleef is a bad guy in this one, and good guy in this one, sort of good guy, bad guy in this one. And it's not strict sequels or whatever, but definitely some of the most innovative music, storytelling, visuals. It's really cool. I said innovative, you know. Obviously, he ripped off Kurosawa for this, but the way he tells the story visually is so cool and so unique. But The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a lot of people's favorite Western. For me, it's Once Upon a Time in the West over here, but, you know, we could go in little circles with that. They're both featuring these great Ennio Morricone soundtracks, and I think for many fans, that is the draw, right, is Ennio Morricone's music was just so incredible that it's hard not to love these movies. And just good stuff if you haven't seen them. But these are all ones that I saw that were on sale. There are others that I've seen on streaming services and so forth that I do like as well. So I'd like to hear from you. Tell me what I should have bought that I haven't. Maybe I have, and maybe I just haven't watched it. Or let me know if you hate any of the movies that I picked, or if there's something else you want me to cover on the channel. I really appreciate all the support as I grow this thing, as I figure out a little bit more of what I'm doing. It's really helpful. All your likes, all your subscriptions, comments, those things all help to grow the channel. So thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.